Oh, almost forgot. I grabbed this for you. Huh? What do you think?
Stop it. Get some help.
When it comes to hate is a strong word, but I absolute hate Bonnie in season 2. She was literally the cause of everything. But it's crazy because I used to like her. Like at first glance, you know, in the 400 Days DLC, when they introduced her, she was nothing but a troubled young woman who was a drug addict. Well, was a drug addict. Who was caught in the love triangle during the apocalypse. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I liked her. You know, she was vulnerable, she was caught in a bad time in bad situations, and clearly she was trying to do better. But goddamn it, when season 2 came along, man, when she betrayed us after giving her supplies for her supposed family she was trying to help, and she came in with Carver's group and then captured us and took us to Carver's camp, I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt.
How the fuck you think I feel? Don't ask no dumbass questions.
Get it all out, get it all out.
I don't feel like shit right now. Fuck you think I feel amazing. They take a loss. I mean, yeah. We fucking lost. We were supposed to win. We better than that. We had a minor discrepancy on what was going on. They got us, they outcoached us, they outplayed us, and we took an L, and we're gonna take our L like we take our W's. We're not gonna be sore losers. We wish them good luck. Whoever wins it all, much success. It's just heartbreaking when you know that you coulda, woulda, shoulda, and you didn't. But it is what it is. We took the L. Elroy Jetson and my nephew T-Dad, we will be back, you rat soup eating motherfuckers.
Don't even get me started with these apologies. Every time Bonnie apologizes, it just feels empty. She constantly makes excuses for her actions, always falling back on, oh, I didn't know better, shut the fuck up. But after a while, it feels like she just using that shit as a shield. It's like she wants to play victim every time, in every situation, and at some point, you just ain't buying that shit, man. Fuck you, Bonnie. I swear she act like a little girl sometimes. Girl, you are not naive, bruh. You are a whole ass adult who should be able to recognize danger and manipulation. But instead of owning up to her goddamn choices, Bonnie just constantly shifts the blame or seeks sympathy. Like, nigga, Lord knows how old you is. Hell, you look dang near 50 to 100. But goddamn, Clementine is like, what, 10, 11, 12 years old in season 2, and yet she was more mature than your bitch ass. And then it's that scene. That one scene that just sparked it all for me.
I gotcha.
Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah.
If you played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When Luke is trapped in the ice, Bonnie pressured Clementine, of all people, to actually go out there and help him. A child walking on cracking ice to save an adult. That nigga Luke said, just chill, just stay right there, I'll get up. To be honest, if Bonnie never went up there, Luke probably wouldn't have made it. He probably would have got up. Like that was so stupid of Bonnie, to be honest with you. And you know what's worse? That nigga Luke died either way, whether you save him or not. And you know what's even better? RP Luke. But if you choose not to save Luke and actually listen to Jane, guess what? Not only Bonnie fucking falls in the fucking lake, whatever the shit called, with Luke, she also dies with Luke. So goddamn it, that probably was a blessing in disguise. Man, that girl Bonnie literally died if you didn't save Luke. And guess what? No one didn't even mention her dying when she died with Luke, depending on your choice. That shit was crazy. And you know what? That's a good thing.
Praise the Lord, yeah!
Let's just face it. It was bound to happen with or without Clem's help. That junk was reckless and irresponsible, and worst of all, he died anyway. Rest in peace, Luke. And if Bonnie, if she survived, she had a nerve to blame Clementine.
That's some bullshit.
That was the moment where I just truly couldn't stand her ass no more. Like, she was a grown ass woman who refused to take responsibility for her bad call, instead pushing a guilt to an innocent ass child. And I could in the video right here, but I'll regret it if I haven't added this scene right here. The scene where I just truly just wanted to end it all right here for everybody. That nigga Arvo, that nigga Mike, and Bonnie Once again, for the second time, backstab my ass.
It's fine. Just
No!
Clint!
Bonnie, we have to go.
Don't you touch me! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Fucking bitch, yeah, get his ass! Fucking pussy! Try the fuck again, bitch! Try the fuck again!
what's wrong with you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro? You tripping?
No, fuck that! On everything, y'all got me fucked up! On my mama, y'all got me fucked up!
Overall, Bonnie was just selfish. I get it. The Walking Dead is all about survival and people make mistakes, but Bonnie seems consistently put herself first, even when it endangers others. Whether it's her goddamn loyalty to Carver, or her goddamn blame shifting, or her failure to take responsibility for her own fucking actions. Man, Bonnie feels like someone who's more concerned with covering her own mistakes than learning from them. Now, I know some people will argue that Bonnie tries to redeem herself, and okay, I get it. You know, when it comes to Telltale and these goddamn characters, there are a handful and complex, and nobody is perfect in this world, but for me, that damage has been done. Man, come on, man, she backstabbed us twice. Twice. It's one thing to do it once, but twice, my nigga? For that, I just can't forgive her. Her actions just felt too harmful. Her apologies was too hollow. And by the end of the day, by the end of the game, whether she lives or dies, I found myself just not caring about her no more. I don't even care about her fate. Maybe that's harsh, but for me, Bonnie was a character who could have been so much more, but ultimately just felt like a source of frustration and disappointment, similar to Larry fat ass. Other than a few moments here and there, I can't see how people like this man. Sure, okay, he entertaining for the most part, but come on, man, from the moment we meet Larry in the pharmacy, his embrace of personality is impossible to ignore. This man is loud, opinionated, and constantly at the odds with our protagonist, Lee Everett. But it's not just his grumpy ass attitude that makes Larry hard to like, but it's also his personality as a whole. Like, this man Larry is so quick to judge, especially towards Lee. This man threatens him, questioning him about his past, and immediately creates tension in the group. Sure, it's the apocalypse and everyone's on edge, but Larry just takes hostility to a whole new level for no fucking reason. One of the primary reasons why, well, I won't say just people but me as well, dislike about Larry is his irrational ass hatred for Lee. Right from the start, this man don't like Lee. This man even distrusts Lee, even threatening to like expose his criminal. Man, nigga, who gives a fuck? But anyway, despite Lee constantly tries to, and it's crazy because you can try to be nice to this man still just do your ass dirty. Like, that shit crazy. But despite Lee consistently acting in the group's best interest, Larry remains suspicious and aggressive. This personal vendetta isn't just uncalled for, it's just plain out stupid. Like, come on, man, you out here judging niggas all because of their criminal past. Man, get over it. Get over it. Larry's judgment is so harsh, and he refuses to acknowledge Lee's efforts, which naturally makes people already resent him anyway.
I know who you are, and I don't give a shit about what happens to you. But if anything happens to my daughter or that little girl you've got with you, you watch your ass.
shut your bitch ass up.
Shut the fuck up, you nasty bitch. Nobody gives a shit.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Boy, if you don't shut your And don't even get me started on that one scene where he outright punched Lee. When he literally saved Clementine from a walker, this man literally punched Lee. Like, look at him, look, he running. Watch this. Grab his ass. He said, "You ain't coming to us, bitch. Get your bitch ass on it." Man, what? Man, nigga, why you did that for? That man literally just punched Lee, and then that nigga Lee literally about to get ready to die. Until the nigga Kenny stepped in like a real nigga and killed that walker before grab his damn hand. Come on, man, that shit did it for me. And don't get me started with episode 2. I swear to God, I killed his ass. With no hesitation, I killed him. In a world where trust and cooperation are vital for survival, Larry's reckless actions put everyone at risk. This man not just a jerk. This man not just a bitch ass nigga. He's a danger to the group. And yet want to call Lee a danger to the group. But meanwhile, you're the one that just crashing out for no reason. This man Larry reminds me of one of my friends. This man would literally crash out about the most stupidest shit ever. I literally walked up with the nigga in the hallway in school, and I realized that bro ain't really as tall as I thought he was. Maybe it's because of a distance thing, and we both actually walking side by side each other. This man took that shit so personal. That man literally was about to get ready to crash out. Getting loud in the hallway for no reason, and then a nigga came up out of nowhere talking, "Why you so loud?" And bro like, "So, this shut your bitch ass up. You ain't worrying about nobody. You ain't worrying nobody. Fuck you getting loud for. Anybody worrying about you, boy? You ain't gonna do shit." I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to question my friendship with this nigga, cause this man got mad over a height. All I said was, "You ain't as tall as I originally thought you were." Cause we was sitting by, we're walking side by side in the hallway. That nigga ain't my friend, to be honest. I might cut that nigga off. Man, don't got no sense. That nigga really about to get ready to crash out about some height. Nigga, you are skinny. I can't stand tall niggas that's skinny and yet think nigga beat nigga ass. Shut your dumb ass up. You ain't gonna do shit to me, boy. Now, some might argue that Larry's only redeeming quality is his relationship with his daughter Lily. And that's the only thing he has. That is his only redeeming quality. And yes, we do get the glimpses of his protective side when it comes to her, but that still don't justify shit. To be honest, Lily is his only coping mechanism for acting the way he fucking act. But even this doesn't redeem him though. You know, instead it highlights how hypocritical and self-serving he is. Larry is willing to do anything and everything for Lily, but that same compassion never extends to anyone else. You know, his narrow-mindedness prevents him from actually growing as a character, leaving him stagnant, bitter, and ultimately alone. Now, when Larry suffered from that heart attack in the meat locker, I ain't gonna lie, that forced everyone into one of the most tense decisions in the damn series. Do you even try to save him, or do you actually help him? I ain't gonna lie, I actually killed that motherfucker. I ain't give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie, I was so emotional my first playthrough. I actually killed that nigga. I didn't give a fuck. I went ahead and I went ahead and got Lee to push Lily back a little bit, and I went ahead and let Kitty do what he had to do. So to be honest with you, I was on Kitty's side. But even then I was like, man, I hate him, but nah, I can't let bro go out like that. But the first time, I let that nigga die. I ain't kill. What makes this moment stand out is how little sympathy I had for this man. I mean, some people actually had sympathy. You know, they show him a little kindness, and they're like, nah, I wouldn't go out like that. So they would have helped Lily save them, but it didn't even matter anyway, cause Kenny still smashed a nigga head in. But for me, by that point, the constant bullying, short temper, and dangerous behavior that man had burned nearly every goddamn bridge. Man, fuck that nigga, I ain't care. Man, most people didn't even hesitate to side with Kenny, seeing Larry's potential death as one less. Oh, I want that nigga gone so bad, I'm sorry. Hey, it's a strong word, but I wanted him up out of here, I'm sorry. I appreciate some people having a heart and choosing to, side with Lily and try to save Lily, but not me. I couldn't do it.
I don't care!
While it's a morally great moment, many people find it difficult to justify trying to save anyone who has nothing but a burden and a threat to the group. That man is more of a threat than Lee ever was, and bro just kept on hassling Lee for no reason. In the end, Larry's antagonism, violent tendencies, and complete lack of empathy make him one of the most unlikable characters in Telltale The Walking Dead. In a game where choices actually matter, Larry's actions push people to the edge, making his fate feel more like a relief than a goddamn tragedy. He may not have been a villain, but goddammit, Larry is undoubtedly the one character that, you just love to hate, man. I ain't gonna lie. But RP to Larry though with his bitch ass. Yes, today we're talking about Jane from Telltale The Walking Dead. To be honest with you, I held my tongue for this one for too long. And to be honest with you, I got so much to say. And no, this isn't going to be like a calm, connected analysis. It's going to be kind of a rant, because Jane is one of the most infuriating video game characters ever. Not in just Telltale The Walking Dead, but just in general. First off, let's talk about her whole philosophy. Jane is the epitome of survival at all costs. And while that might sound good in a theory, but the way she goes about it, absolutely recklessness. Like, I get it, the world's gone to hell, people are dropping bodies left and right, and trust is a luxury, but Jane takes it to a whole new level and it's toxic. And remember that one scene where she basically encourages Clementine to leave everyone behind? It was like, oh hey Clem, you know all those people who literally kept your ass alive, yeah, let's diss them because trust is too damn risky. Like, come on! Like, I understand being cautious, but Jane's approach is so extreme that it's almost sociopathic, if you're really being honest. Like, it's like she's forgotten what it means to be human. And can we talk about how she always tries to manipulate Clementine? Like, James tries to mold Clem into her own mini version of herself, basically, pushing her towards this cold, detached version of herself. It's not just advice, it's downright brainwashing. She's like, hey kid, you're better off alone. Emotions are for the weak. Blah, blah, blah. Like, no. Clementine is stronger because of her connections with others, not in spite of them. And let's not forget that one scene that literally sparked it all for me, and that was the final showdown between her and Kenny. For some reason, she hired AJ just to make Kenny snap on purpose, and Kenny was already crashing out the whole damn game ever since Sarita died, so I don't know why she even do that in the first place. That man Kenny snapped on Jane, and then act surprised when he actually loses it. Like, what did you expect? You basically just poked the damn bear with a goddamn stick, and now you're shocked that he's attacking you. And the worst part is she does this to prove some type of point that Kenny is some kind of twisted, dangerous person, which he was, a knife in the cap. But in reality, she's the one who's really the unhinged one. Like, she's really, like, the fact that she literally, like, was so unhinged enough to even use that baby as a pawn is all out ridiculous. She claims to do it to protect Clementine, but all she really is doing is playing mind games, and Jane is so obsessed with being right that she's willing to put everyone at risk just to prove her damn point. And then if you side with her, she has the audacity to try to justify her actions and as if she was some kind of martyr. No, Jane, you are not a hero. You are a manipulative, selfish, egotistical nightmare who is willing to sacrifice anyone and everyone to feel validated. Look, I get it. The world of The Walking Dead is complicated and there are no easy choices. But Jane, she embodies everything that's wrong with a purely survivalistic mindset. She's a tragic figure, sure. And her sister died, sure. But that doesn't justify her actions, I'm sorry. Like, she's the kind of person who she's the kind of person who sees people as tools, not as individuals with worth and value. And in the world of The Walking Dead, that kind of thinking is just as dangerous as a walker. So yeah, that's my little rant. Jane might be complex, she might even be layered, but at the end of the day, she's just as flawed, if not more so, than the people she criticizes. And honestly, it's exhausting. First off, Joan is annoyingly one-dimensional. We had some fantastic multi-layered villains like the St. John's, Carver, hell, even season 4 Lily in the final season. But hell, even the governor from the comics. But Joan, she's just a typical power-hungry politician. Like, she feels more like an obstacle than a true villain. There's no complex motivation behind her actions other than a desire for control and keeping her twisted system going. No deeper backstory, no internal conflict, just a bland-ass, self-righteous leader who abuses her authority. And that's what makes her such a frustrating-ass villain to even engage with in the first place. To be honest, she is the worst villain in the whole entire franchise. Now let's talk about how hypocritical Joan is. She constantly hides behind the idea that everything she does is for the sake of the community's survival. But while she claims to keep Richmond safe, she's secretly sending people out to raid other communities like Trips Camp, and hell, even the spot that Harvey and family had went to get some goddamn gas. Like, she secretly sent them out to like basically put innocent lives at risk too. It's so hypocritical, and not even in the clever, complex way that you expect from a well-written goddamn villain anyway. Like, she wants to have her cake and eat it too. Be seen as a survivor while acting like a dictator. Like, bitch, shut up. You got no say-so in what you doing, cause ain't none of that justifiable. She often manipulate those around her to maintain control too. And it's kind of crazy cause the way she speak is so suspicious. Like, how in the world could you have all these people believing what you saying? Like, she has the worst manipulation tactics. Like, like everyone else in Richmond had to be the R word, because ain't no way the child is that done to fall for what she's saying. But the way it's done is just so stupid. Like, as anybody play the damn game, like, you see right through her, and it makes you wonder how can anyone else in Richmond hasn't even caught on yet. Like, that's what's crazy though. Joan's self-righteousness is one of the most annoying things about her. You know, she acts as if her way is the only way to like survive, enforcing brutal laws and executions in the name of justice. But here's the kicker. There's no justification for that. Telltale tries to make us see her as a strong leader doing what's necessary in hard times, but in my opinion, that just comes off lazy writing. Her decisions aren't the hard choices of a morally great character. They are just the actions of a power-hungry individual masking tyranny as law and order. Instead of feeling like a complex, morally great figure, she's simply someone we just want to get rid of as soon as possible. That's why I chose to shoot her behind, even though that some people didn't want me to do it. But I just shot her anyway. There's no complaining. I'll tell you right now, there's no compelling reason to sympathize with her or even understand her perspective, and that just make her less that to make her less interesting overall. Like, if anybody actually chose to take that deal, it could have been a smart choice. But David, he just hold us for no fucking reason. He ain't had no business doing that. You know, we could have just took our tail and left. But nah, David had other plans. In a game about survival in a zombie apocalypse, you'd expect, you know, the human villains to be terrifying or at least dangerous. But Joan never quite lives up to that. Sure, she has power enrichment and manipulates people behind the scenes, but she never feels like a real threat compared to characters like Carver from season 2 or the chaos brought by the New Frontier themselves. When push comes to shove, she just feels weak. And that really takes the tension out of the conflict. And in the final showdown between us and Joan, it doesn't even feel as intense or as satisfying as it should be, because frankly, she never seemed like a worthy adversary in the first place. The stakes wasn't just there. The most annoying part about Joan's character is the missed potential. Telltale could have given us a deep, morally great antagonist, someone who challenges, you know, our sense of right and wrong. Instead, we got a villain who feels underdeveloped, predictable, and flat. You know, Joan, like, she could have been more of a compelling character, but she falls short in almost every way. There was no moment that made me think, like, maybe she right, or actually question my own decisions. You know, she was just another corrupt leader in a world filled with them. So in the end, Joan is an annoying villain, not because she was too evil, but because she's not complex enough. Telltale's The Walking Dead has given us some amazing villains in the past, but Joan, she was more of a nuisance than a real antagonist. So what did y'all think? Did y'all find Joan as annoying as I did? Or did y'all actually thought that she actually added something differently to your experience? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Hate is a strong word, but when it comes to hate, when it comes to Troy specifically, I just absolutely hate this man. When Troy was first introduced in season 2 episode 3 in Harm's Way, you know, he doesn't exactly leave a good first impression. Right from the start, he's already portrayed as an aggressive, rude, and completely unsympathetic towards the survivors. The way he talks down to Clementine and the other members of her group sets the stage for what will be a long list of moments where this man proves himself to be, let's just say, far from likable. It's not just what he does, but how he does it. The sheer enjoyment he seems to get out of using excessive force and intimidation instantly tells you that this man is not just a survivor just doing what he want to do. That man is literally someone who just likes having power above others. One of the main reasons why people don't even like Troy is his outright cruelty and lack of empathy. This man doesn't just follow Carver's brutal leadership, he revels in that shit. Like Troy, like, he shows no hesitation in enforcing harsh rules, often using violence or threats to control the group. Like the scene when this man just smacked the shit out of Clementine right in her face. That shit that made no damn sense. They're grabbing her by her neck and shit. I ain't gonna lie, Kenny had every right to be mad, but with that rifle in his hand, oh, he all tough and everything. But I'll tell you right now, in my head I was like, if I catch you without that gun, it is over with. It is over with. Like, that was one of the key moments that solidified his reputation as one of the most, like, despicable characters. And let's not forget his treatment towards Sarah, a young and mentally fragile girl who's already struggling to cope in this world. Well, it's really Carla's fault, so we can't really, like, just blame Sarah completely. But yeah, Troy's handling of her reflects of, you know, his complete lack of compassion. That man do not care about people. That man do not care if you are scared or vulnerable. All that matters to him is maintaining control. That man just a menace. Bro, literally, like when Carver said that Troy can be overzealous when it comes to smacking people, bro was like, man, if it means I get to smack the shit out of her, I will. I'm like, damn, like, bro, what the, nigga, crazy. Bro literally said right out of his mouth that he would not hesitate to smack the shit out of Sarah. That is so diabolical. But then everything went uphill for me, because even though I dislike Jane, even I can't lie. When Jane shot this man in the penis, I was just praising the Lord. I was like, thank God somebody did something.
Man, you smell really bad. You gotta get a bath before we...
You shot my dick up!
Come on. Don't make any noise, got it? They might hear something they don't like. And for fuck's sake, walk.
Hey!
Bruh, I'm done, bruh. But yeah, Jay's actions, while brutal, I ain't gonna lie. This moment right here, I'll admit, this man, I like Jane a little bit. You know, Troy, who took so much pleasure in controlling others and basically beating on people, you know, it's rendered powerless in an instant. You know, it's satisfying to see this man get taken down the way he did. And I don't know if he really did say this, but it did sound like he said, "You shot my dick up."
First of all, for more than...
Now you might be wondering why other villains like Carver or hell even the Stranger, like why, out of all these villains, why is Troy, in my opinion, just hated? It just boiled down to his lack of depth and the absence of any redeeming traits. Like, you were just praying on this man's downfall, while Carver's ruthlessness could be understood a little bit as a twisted form of leadership, and the Stranger's actions were motivated by grief. Troy is just a sadistic behind opportunities. Like, he doesn't have no tragic backstory or a misguided sense of justice to justify his actions. This man just plain old mean. It's not that, you know, he's the most dangerous or the most complex. He's simply just the most hateful because he embodies the world's aspect, or hell, even the worst aspects of humanity without any nuance. And in a series like Telltale The Walking Dead, where even villains have layers, being one-dimensional in your own cruelty makes you stand out in the worst possible way. So yeah, that's why Troy, in my opinion, is considered the most hated character in Telltale The Walking Dead. You know, he's aggressive, hypocritical, and revels in the suffering of others. Unlike other villains who at least have some depth, Troy is just a bully who got what was coming to him anyway. But what did y'all think? Do y'all agree that he's the most hated character? Or do you think there's someone that's even more hated? Or is there someone else who takes that title? I ain't gonna lie, I ain't found nobody yet, but god dang it, man, there are a lot of hated characters in Telltale The Walking Dead, but let me tell you something, Troy's up there. He better be up there on your list. He better be at least top 3 or hell even top 2. When I think of this idiot right here, there's only one word I think of.
Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah.
Well, y'all wanted it, y'all got it. A video about Kate Garcia from Telltale The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. She was introduced as Javi's sister-in-law, a character caught in a web of relationships and dilemmas. From the very start, she is portrayed as a strong-willed woman who is trying to hold her family together amidst the chaos. But is that enough though? No, it's not. Reason why is her decision-making skills, and that was one of the main things that made her a freaking headache throughout the whole game. You know, some of her decisions lead to like conflict or lead to others getting hurt or even herself hurt, when she had jumped out of nowhere while niggas are shooting just for her to get shot in the guts. Like, come on. Okay, I get it, you know, adrenaline is running and Mariana literally just died for some reason. I ain't gonna lie. That was the saddest death in Walking Dead history, not just from the game, but the TV show too. Cause god dang Mariana, she was just so nice. She was so sweet. The love triangle between Kate, Javi, and her husband David adds another layer of complexity. I mean, I can understand from Kate's point of view because hell, even I thought that David died at the time until he appeared out of nowhere at the end of episode 2. Like, girl, you're really gonna leave your damn husband for his brother? To me, that's bop behavior in a whole nother level. You know, despite her flaws, Kate does have moments of redemption. She's shown to be caring and resourceful, especially when it comes to this thing. Yeah.
You motherfucking piece of shit!
These moments make her more relatable, even if her decisions can be maddening. Kate's presence significantly impacts the narrative of A New Frontier, as much as I hate to admit it. Her decisions can lead to pivotal moments that affect not only her fate, if you know you know, but also that of Harvey and David. This raises the question, can a character who frustrates us also drive the story forward in meaningful ways? Yes, because of the fact that the central theme of Telltale The Walking Dead is the struggle for survival, and it also can like pose for the importance of family. Like take Kenny and his family for example. Hell, even Arvo and his family. Yeah, I know y'all don't like Arvo, but just hear me out. Just hear me out. Kate embodies that literally, as her desire to protect her family sometimes leads to reckless decisions. But the scene where I believe that she was the dumbass is when she tried to save Richmond. I get where she was coming from, considering the fact that she was somewhat responsible for the destruction of Richmond and the horde of walkers coming into Richmond. But if we be real, it was really that one dude that do that goddamn pipe bomb or whatever that was at the truck that Kate was driving that led to the accident in the first place. I can see where she's coming from for that, but at the same time, that was kind of stupid, because just like David said, Richmond is compromised. It doesn't matter if there's a bunch of us against 500 of those zombies. We all gonna die either freaking way. So yeah, David for once was actually right, and Kate, I'm not gonna lie, she was kind of an idiot for that. And yes, I did wait with her to save Richmond, because we all know damn well what's gonna happen if we didn't. Her ass was gonna die and turn to a fucking walker. Comparisons of Kate with other characters from the series. When we compare Kate to other characters in the series like Clementine or Lee, we see different approaches to leadership and decision making. While Clementine often embodies logical senses, aka doing the smart things, contrast to Kate's emotional approach. You know, her emotional approach can lead to unpredictable outcomes. This contrast highlights her unique role in the narrative, but also fucking stupid, cause let me shut up before I rant, cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sick, I got a stuffy little nose, and I'll be danged if I'm finna be snotting all over the screen just so I can get my rant on with this goddamn character. Ultimately, Kate Garcia is a character that embodies the complexities of human emotions in a post-apocalyptic world. Her struggles and flaws make her relatable and kind of an idiot, but despite the headaches that she causes, whether you see her as a necessary part of Javier's journey, which is a frustrating obstacle, or her presence in A New Frontier, is undeniable. But I ain't gonna lie, she low-key was a hoe for that, for trying to get with the brother, considering the fact that she was married and all. Alvin. Alvin is introduced in season 2 as a member of the group hiding out in a cabin. He's initially characterized as a husband and father, but many people quickly find him lacking in depth and impact. Alvin's character doesn't even have much agency throughout the whole game. He mainly serves as a side note to the more pivotal characters, especially to Rebecca and the players group. You know, despite a backstory that involves complex family dynamics and a love triangle between him, Rebecca, and Carver, Alvin never fully steps into a role that impacts the narrative significantly, making it easy to forget about this man. Other than that one scene where he literally shot one of the guards for Clementine to get away and then he just dies all of a sudden. But anyway, let's forget about that. Let's think about his role in critical moments. When it matters most, Alvin's contributions often fall flat. Players are rarely even given choices that involve Alvin, which reduces his relevance in key plot points. He doesn't even affect the outcome in ways that other characters like Kenny or Jane do. Like over the course of the episodes, he doesn't even like evolve. His skills or character traits don't even lead to like significant story arcs, leaving him feeling like a placeholder, like a book on a shelf just sitting there, not even to be seen, touched, or even grabbed again. It even became even more clearer when he died. Like, okay, his death can evoke emotion and all, but many players feel like it serves merely as a plot device to push Rebecca's character forward, rather than as a standalone impactful moment. Many fans argue that Alvin's role could have been entirely omitted without altering the game's trajectory. This leads to like the ultimate what if, the ultimate conclusion that he doesn't add value to the experience. Bro is literally just another character in the game. Like, I don't see nothing else about him that make him so useful. While some people defend Alvin as a reflective character, offering emotional depth, the majority agree that he fails to connect with everybody or even influence the overarching narrative deeply. Many people also believe that his actions are overshadowed by more impactful characters, leading to frustration when he doesn't even step up during critical moments. So is Alvin the most useless character in Telltale The Walking Dead? Nah, cause there's really are even more useless people in Telltale The Walking Dead, but in terms of season 2, that man was so useless. Hell, even Sarah had critical moments more than this man. That is crazy. Like his lack of depth, minimum influence on decisions, and underwhelming narrative arcs certainly just make strong cases. I don't know. This man just, I don't know, it's just something about him that makes me scream useless. Like all I know him for is his depth and the fact that he's just Alvin's dad, and his son is more goated than him. Make it make sense.